Sauber, a team that often I get confused as to whether they have overachieved or underachieved. A team of humble beginnings, founded by Peter Sauber in the 1970s.
This is built by Peter Sauber, Mercedes supplying the engines, the drive.
He would eventually work his way up the ladder to win back-to-back Le Mans races in 1988 and 1999 with the incredible Sauber Mercedes C9, a car that was relatively unchanged between the 2 years, such was its dominance. It was then that Peter Sauber decided to take a foray into Formula 1. And since then we have seen a wide range of results, a large number of partnerships. But one thing always eludes the Sauber team: a title challenge. In the early years, some would say Sauber overachieved, earning solid midfield status with minimum money and very little backing.
Well, Frentzen crossing the line, and that is slower than his personal best. Very
Over the next decade, they would bring in some of the brightest new talent Formula 1 had seen.
21-year-old Kimi Räikkönen, the most astonishingly calm and mature man. He's another Häkkinen.
It was too fast for the camera on that corner. The camera was watching the space he'd just been through.
And also be an ending point for some great careers. What would dawn next is a golden era for the team. Partnering with BMW to become BMW Sauber, with BMW supplying the powertrain. They would hit heights they have never yet achieved since. After a steady opening season, recovering to 5th, with Nick Heidfeld remaining with the team alongside world champion Jacques Villeneuve, although he was replaced by up-and-coming star Robert Kubica. 2007 would see them finish an incredible 2nd place. Whilst the season only gained 2 podiums, a string of points finishes in nearly every race they didn't retire ensured they finished a strong 2nd.
It was great fun. I actually switched off the traction control completely. I thought it could be a bit difficult, but actually it worked quite well with the spikes.
2008 saw the dawning of Robert Kubica. Gaining Sauber's only win in Formula 1 in Canada.
For my team, BMW Sauber, everybody has worked very hard for this.
This was the crowning glory in a season that contained 7 podiums for the pole.
Turn 1, you've got to get a front wheel on that curve.
BMW pulling out of the sport.
You should really be in again at turn 2.
The last 6 years have seen a very difficult road.
Whether that's just inexperience on the track or something to do with the characteristics.
Struggling heavily in 2010 and 2011.
And look how close they get to the wall on the exit there.
A brief return to glory for Sauber in 2012. As Mexican superstar Sergio Perez gains 3 podiums, and Kamui Kobayashi gains a podium in Japan. The following 3 seasons have been as tough going as they've ever seen, with the team hitting their lowest finishing position in 2014. With a desperate need for funding, development has often been slow, if non-existent. The focus on Sauber in recent years has been far away from the racetrack as it could be. But with money having been secured for the 2016 season, they take on an up-and-coming star. Can he help drag this team back up the grid and maybe even reach heights never seen before in winning the World Championship? This is the beginning of that journey. Let's dive in. Hello everybody and welcome to my F1 2016 career. I am so excited about this. It's ridiculous. The features they've added to this game, the love they've given to career mode, it's well overdue, and if everything works as it should, and from what I've seen it does, although I will get personal experience of that now of course, this is probably the career mode we have all been waiting for. So, Avatar. Let's take a look through them, shall we? I always find it incredibly difficult picking someone that looks like you in games. To be honest, I prefer set options like this to when you have hundreds of sliders, because you just end up with something looking deformed and horrible. You can definitely see a few similarities. You seem to have Steffel Van Dorm there. That looks a little bit like Kevin Magnussen. That kind of looks a little bit like a young Fernando Alonso. That reminds me of a footballer, I can't remember who. Anyway, let's not do this. To be honest, that's probably ish. I mean, none of these look anything like me, but we'll go for that. Now, this will be the time to tell you my career mode. Team. I am going to be going with Sauber. Firstly, because I want a challenge in the career mode with such a long drawn out career mode and this new R&D system. I think going for a front running team or even a midfield team, you know, high midfield, is really negating the point of the career mode. You've got to start somewhere near the back. I think Mana would be a little bit too much of a challenge, and there are people that are doing Mana career modes. That's the other thing. Sauber doesn't seem to be getting much love. So, what better team to try and drag to the front of the grid than one that has done incredibly well to stick around for so long with such a small budget and achieve so many great things, but now we are going to try and deliver them the greatest goal of all, a World Championship title. Let's go for a nice Sauber blue. There we go. Roughly right. Detail, gonna make it a nice. I'm slightly colourblind, so bear with me. I'm finding as Rage F1 will attain to. That, see, that looks green to me. I don't know. I think that's yellow. We'll go with it. Okay, nationality, we are British. Driver number. I haven't actually had too much thought as to what is available. Could go for my age, 24. Could go for my age in about a month's time, 25. 28th is my birthday. My favourite number is 8. Is it 88? 88 is not available. We could go for my year of birth, 90. I like 91. Year of birth, 91. There you go. You all know my name now. L's, I guess that kind of works. Register details. Right. Team selection. So we are going for Sauber. Okay. Teammate, who do we want? They both have their on and off days. I reckon NASA as a teammate. Got to keep those sponsors, otherwise it's not very realistic, is it? Some nice atmospheric music. Go to sit down at this table. There's Monisha. Oh my god, that looks nothing like her. Well, ish.
Hi.
Not really.
I'm Emma Jenkins.
Hi, Emma.
Contract law, and I've been brought in to work as your agent.
Okay.
I'll be working to get you the best
Cheer
deal
up.
in the boardroom, which means you need to do the best possible job out there on the circuit. When you get new contract offers, either from new teams or an amendment to your existing offer, it'll come through me. I'll also keep you up to date on discussions behind the scenes to change your terms or any specific goals that the team has set for you. If a contract offer does come through, I'll present to you the available offers and then you can make a call.
Great.
I assume
We done.
that's fine.
Yeah. Off you
Well
trot.
then, good luck this season, and I'll catch you later.
Was that her idea of a smile? Good grief. New contract, dear Jamie. Welcome to the Sauber F1 team. We are delighted to have you on board and look forward to working closely with you over the up-and-coming seasons. Seasons? They've already committed. You'll start as our second driver alongside your teammate Felipe Nasr. We expect you to work together to help develop the car and the team as quickly as possible. Now let's get out there and win some points. I would agree with that. So a bit disappointed with practice one. This car is definitely a handful, and it's going to take some getting used to. I won't go into the R&D stuff because I'm not sure if it carries over yet between practice sessions or whether it's for each practice session, so we will find out. Super soft, qualifying pace lap, still slower than my teammate on the softs, but we shall get there hopefully. So let's move on to practice 2. Oh no, first off, hey.
Good to meet you guys. My name's Chris, and I'll
Hi, Chris.
be working with you as your chief of vehicle development. It'll be my job to get your feedback as a driver and to direct our upgrade design in the areas that you feel are most lacking.
Okay,
At each Grand Prix,
I'm listening.
we run a series of practice programs and log the performance of the car as you drive it on tape. This gives us data that we can utilise to develop various performance improvements. In order for me to know which upgrades to prioritise, I'll need you to select a development area that you'd like us to focus on. And you can do that in the R&D section of your laptop. Anyway, that's all for now, but I'll keep you up to date, okay?
Thanks, Chris. Could have told me that before practice, but fair enough. Okay, so we can see R&D here now then. So that 400 points has, or 513 has given us enough to upgrade everything. Or anything, I should say. So we can choose our first upgrade. And we can see the upgrade paths of other teams, or the current status quo, shall I say. So we are second bottom, unfortunately. Might be able to draw ourselves level with Renault with an update, hopefully. Now what we're really struggling with is downforce, massively. Power, I think we're okay with the Ferrari engine for the moment, although it does give us one of the biggest gains, strangely. Chassis weight, what does that do? Revisions to the design of the rear floor under tray result in a weight advantage with no compromised strength or aerodynamic performance. Yeah, but it doesn't tell me what it does to the car. No idea. I mean, weight could work in very different ways in cars. I'll go into that another time maybe. Downforce I think is the most useful thing. So we're going to develop a new front wing turning vane, which takes most of our resource points, but it's definitely going to be worth it, hopefully. Once research points have been allocated, the R&D team will begin the development of the requested part. Shipping and fitting the part takes time, so the part will not be added to the car until the following race weekend. So we're going to have to deal with this incredibly unresponsive and irritating Sauber until then. Let's head into practice 2, and hopefully we can do a bit better this time round. Oh, Nico, thank you so much. I've got 5 place grid penalty because of Rosberg hitting me. That's unbelievable. As if our weekend wasn't going bad enough already. He's now mucked up our session. A car that's probably not going to qualify 5 places forward from the back. is now going to be at the back almost certainly. Well, nobody ever said this was going to be easy, and true to my word, anything that happens we leave it in. Don't even be that, come on. Well, this is going to be the end of practice 2 in terms of R&D. I haven't got any more points apart from a few more in the team objectives, having a fast sector 3, and I completed a lap on the tyre management. Tyre management, I got the hang of it towards the last 3. Last lap was mucked up by the AI, which was on target to be a purple in terms of how well the tyre was managed. The problem I'm having is getting the time and the tyre management. It's such a fine balance. If I pushed every single lap I could get the time, I'm still struggling with the car, but to actually get the right tyre wear and the right lap time is so difficult. Qualifying pace I'm miffed about. I mean, fair enough, I'm probably a bit off what I need to be, but a 29.7 in this session at least has put me 3 tenths ahead of my teammate on the same tyre. Just a tenth behind Arianto. It's going to be the man as we're battling in qualifying. I don't really see that there's anything wrong with that. Yeah, I was about half a second off getting the time. We'll see if it will come to us in practice 3, but that's going to be it for practice 2. I'm not going to keep trying over and over again on the same practice session, just one run of each on each practice. We'll see if it all clicks in practice 3. Right, so tyre management 30 out of 50 on the final run. Much happier with that. I think I know the reason why, but I shall let you know after the qualifying pace test, because it may all go wrong there, so let's find out. Oh wow, so I literally only waited a couple of minutes to have a drink and I don't have enough time, according to it. So I've left it too late. I've hardly had any waiting time in this session. It's just taken too long. And I'm obviously paying for not being able to complete it in the previous 2 practice sessions. So we're going to end the first bunch of practices in Melbourne with 100 out of 175 resource points. Not brilliant, but could have been a lot worse at some point. The thing that I think has made the difference is putting the setup back down to the balanced preset. That seems to have made the car a lot more drivable. Probably going to hurt us on the straights a little bit, but shouldn't matter too much at Melbourne. I'd much rather have a car I can hustle about than one that I'm struggling with all the time, just to get that little bit of extra pace on the straights. So in terms of times, I mean, not really relevant this time. That was on the tyre management run. I'm happy with that pace, to be honest. Level with Palmer and Nasser on the mediums whilst I was trying to look after the tyres is good enough. I think low 29s is possible with the super softs with this setup now, and hopefully that will gain me a few positions in qualifying. So let's advance to qualifying and see how we do. We have a voicemail. Okay.
Hi, it's Emma.
Hey.
Your qualifying goals came up in the board meeting this morning. Here's what to expect.
19th or higher and beat Felipe Nasser. It's about what I would expect anyway. Don't know why she didn't just tell me that when she was right in front of me. Why she had to leave a voice message, I don't know. There you go. Well, anticlimax. huge mistake into turn 1. We're going to have to back off and go again. It's a shame because it means we've lost the best of the life of the tyres, but we are planning to go twice, so it's not the end of the world. Nice, let's move on to the main straight. Doesn't move us anywhere. 29.1. Might have enough fuel for one more, may as well go for it. 18th. We're only a tenth for Felipe Nasr though, and 2 tenths away from Verline. So we're about where we should be. Haryanto just doing his first run now, so I think there's definitely time on the table, considering that was on the second run as well, after the first one was mucked up. There's definitely a bit more time there to gain. It's a busy track. I'm finding difficulty keeping space and keeping temperatures up. I just have to follow Hulkenberg a little bit. Hope it's not anyone too quick behind us. Should have enough gap. Here we go then. Great turn 1, 3 tenths up. Now almost half a second. Maintain that for our worst corner. Let's not get this wrong. Oh, we clipped the bollard. Haven't lost much though. Bad first corner, we're losing time all the way down the straight. It's a good time though. Well, so it's P18 for the Australian Grand Prix. We will of course start at the back thanks to that time penalty. But the most important thing is we have out-qualified Felipe Nasr by about 7/100ths of a second, so there wasn't much in it. They're pretty close to those runners in front, but couldn't. I reckon with the perfect lap we could have jumped them. But considering where we were in practice, it's a big jump in time. Not sure what happened to Felipe Massa. Unfortunately, he's obviously gone out on the softs, whether the team have made the mistake of thinking he was comfortable or he had a crash, I don't know. Up at the top of the pile, Vettel, Rosberg, Raikkonen and Hamilton doesn't really matter until we see the final results on race day. Okay, so we get some resource points for qualifying as well. Wasn't really expecting that, that's good. It's a nice little boost, hopefully if we have a good race we'll get some as well. In terms of rivalry then, well, we're only 1 ahead for the fastest lap. Fastest sectors, that seems a bit harsh. How far off him were we? Really not far at all. 2's obviously where we're struggling. 3 we're massively quicker. But we are 1 point ahead, which is always good. We are advancing to equal status, I presume. Which, I don't know if it has its uses, I'm not sure. But we shall see. Now we have a voicemail before the race, presumably, to let us know what our objectives are.
Hi, guess who? seen the team's expectations for the race, so I thought I'd pass them on and wish you luck. Take care.
19th or higher and beat Felipe Nasr. Our Drivers' Championship target for the year is 18th or higher. Okay. I'd be a lot more confident about that if we hadn't have got that 5th place grid penalty, but we do. But I'm sure we'll be able to make it up in the race.
I'm joined today in the commentary box, as I will be throughout this season, by a great racing driver, former F1 competitor, man who was world champion once upon a time as well, and an all-round top champ. It's the one and only Anthony Davidson. And tell me, here we are, first Grand Prix of the season, the first time racing these cars. So what are the big questions that need to be answered here, in your view?
First of all, Crofty, and thanks for the glowing introduction. I just want to say it's a real privilege to be here. I can't wait to see what this competitive field has in store for us this season. Now, to answer your question, obviously there's the question of performance in race trim, but really this is going to be all about reliability. It's the first Grand Prix of the season, don't forget, and pushing all your new components to their limits. Formula 1 cars are full of very sophisticated, but also very sensitive technology. So the most important thing today is to get to the end of the race, keep everything in good condition, and try to stay out of trouble while you're at it.
Okay, new season, and we're starting at the back. Let's see if we can do better in the race.
Rio Haryanto, and a Sauber rounds off the grid.
Oh, come on, didn't even try.
So let's go down to the track.
Would have been nice if you got a little introduction for your character or something. Like the original, you used to be able to pick from a bunch of set names. At least that would have been nice. It would have taken David Croft that much longer, you would imagine. Right, let's take a look at strategies then. One stop is what's preferred. 2 stop is about 9 seconds slower. You can be able to drive a lot harder. You know, 9 seconds isn't as big a gap as I've seen in these kind of strategies. I reckon we'll go for the 2 today. We can obviously change it if we want to. Let's be aggressive on our opening race. It's going to be quite a while till we start moving up through the field on pure pace, so we're going to have to try something different. Let's just go out there and have fun, not worry about tyre management for today. Okay, so we're off on the formation lap. Eventually, we are at the back of the field. Might be waiting for quite a while. Good opportunity to test the start. A little bogged down, but that's all in all pretty good. So those 2 manners are going to be crucial to get rid of as soon as possible. The Williams of Bottas very out of position. No, it's Massa, isn't it? Very out of position in front of them. And then it's our teammate. The bare minimum today is to beat Nasr. And he is currently occupying 18th place, soon to be 19th. Once Bottas... I keep wanting to say Bottas. Once Massa gets out of the way. So that is... Oh, almost lost it there. That's going to be the key. 2 manners hopefully shouldn't be too difficult. As long as we finish above our teammate, we should hit that position 19 as well. Other than that, it's really about learning the racecraft in 2015, seeing how we maybe can use strategies to our advantage. Let's be honest, even if we hit perfect R&D objectives every single race, it's going to be a couple of seasons before we're anywhere near the sharp end, I would imagine. I'd hope so. I don't know. Haven't seen a full path yet to know. Very lucky there was no damage there. I was removed because of a collision with Haryanto. Okay. Seems a bit silly, really. Let's just put it straight back on the grid. Okay, whatever. was chatting rather than concentrating there. Some of you may notice I'm going for the style of commentating whilst racing. It's to save me a little bit of time, but I also think it gives you a better idea of what's going on in my head during the race rather than trying to look back retrospectively. So everybody's in position. We're going to be underway in Melbourne. Lights out, and away we go. Bad start really compared to the rest of the field, but it gives us an opportunity to see what's going on. I don't want to go too deep. Gain a few positions there around it. Oh, there's problems plenty. I think the bad start really helped our cause there. Be able to see what was happening. These early laps really are going to be crucial for our position. See if we can have the pace to get further up. That's a cracking start up to 15th. Could very easily hit trouble. But by getting that bad start, it gave us the opportunity to see what was going on, pick our moment, and just go around the outside of the trouble. Gutierrez and Alonso going wheel to wheel to the high speed left and right handers. We're going to go around the outside of them while they battle. Thank you very much. Right, we need to try and get some legs now. The squabbling isn't going to go on forever. But at the moment, may as well try and race from where we are. I'm very sceptical it's going to last, but oh, it's gone very wide. Very difficult on this heavy fuel. Gutierrez now going around the inside. It's giving the room. We don't want to muck this up. There's a huge hold up somewhere. Whether someone has damaged something, it's possible. But the whole field now in one continuous train, there's got to be some damage there. So don't want to fight Gutierrez too hard. Just want to go with him and gap that train while we can. Although thought about it. Shouldn't have even thought about it because that still lost me time. You see Gutierrez just scampering away there. So that behind 2.2 to Hulkenberg. He's on the soft tyres, so maybe that's the hold up. I would expect the soft tyres, even on a Force India, to still work better than super softs on mine. Oh, Kimi Räikkönen is out. Are we going to see a safety car? Looks like a virtual one over there, I would say. Seems like a mechanical issue rather than damage. Although there seems to be a train forming further up ahead again. Either I'm settling in or everybody's losing pace. I think I'm settling in. This time we will take a look down the inside of Gutierrez. It's far too early to really force that. Didn't quite get the braking point right. Right, we've got DRS. I think it's Hulkenberg's soft tyres that's holding it up. He hasn't pitted or anything, so we need to really use this opportunity. If we can go forward, we should. This Sauber proving a lot more competitive in the early stages than we thought it would, which is good news. let's start getting an update on the important stuff then. Tyre wear 22, 19, 16, 18. Pretty high, but about what I expect for 4 racing laps on full fuel. 8 to 10 is the prediction. Ooh, nearly lost it on the exit there. 8 to 10. It's about right. We need to see what other people are doing. We're going to stick to this 2-stop. And we need to really try and suss out what everybody else is doing. Is there anyone that's going to try a 1-stop we need to get past? Can't believe I'm thinking forward at the moment. 13th, if I finished here, I'd be over the moon. Okay, so Hulkenberg's starting to break away from that pack, coming back at us. That's because all our super soft tyres are starting to really show signs of wear now, and they're dropping in pace. I've dropped off from Gutierrez. I'm not sure that that's... well, it's not a tyre difference because we're both on super softs, but might be the first signs of the Sauber being slightly harsher on its tyres than other cars. So we have a few early pitters. I don't think we're going to be pulling the trigger quite so early. Flattered the curb a little bit there. So we'll give Nico a chance. Don't know, we can really fight him. No, he's just gone clean round us there. Maybe fight back on the exit. At least take the slipstream. Let's lose the minimum amount of time possible at the moment. So I'm trying to psych him out. It's an AI. I don't think he's susceptible to those kind of moves. I'm thinking an early stop might be wise. Not too early. At least the lower end of that estimate. Oh, we've gone a bit deep there. Just means those people that we are ahead of that we perhaps shouldn't be, we at least get maybe a bit further down the road if we pit earlier by using those fresh tyres. That's what I'm expecting this race to turn out like. We're going to be defending late in the stints and probably constantly going backwards. But it's all about how to get to the finish without going backwards any more places than is necessary. I'm not just going to jump out the way, but definitely got to let him go this time before we lose any more time. He's going to go. Oh. Jeez, Nico. Can't get the job done with our Ferrari engine on the straights. I'm too good for him on the brakes. It's the traction where that Mercedes has a real advantage over us. Able to get the throttle down a lot earlier. Here we go then, we're pitting on lap 8. Perfect, almost. So we've got a good stint then. We are 2 stopping, so we want to stop early to make use of those soft tyres. But as for dream first stints go, that was near perfect. Gained a lot of places on those opening couple of laps. Not too many people came back at us. We are now plumb dead last, which I find a bit confusing. I think everyone that's pitted earlier has gained a lot of time. Or everybody that pitted was in front of us. It's a little worrying at the moment. But I'm sure Gutierrez passed us and he's just ahead. So we don't. And there's Felipe Nasr, and I'm sure he hasn't pitted yet. So in terms of our race against our teammate, it's going well. They of course could be on the one-stop strategy, in which case we've got a lot of overtaking to do. Oh, big accident with Pascal Wehrlein. It looked like he was on top of someone there. We've got a safety car. Oh, this is a tricky time. I don't think we can take a... No. There's no point taking a free pit stop. Some people are. Our Delta's having a bit of a hissy fit at the moment. I don't know what's going on with that. It's having some kind of neon rave. There we go. Now it's sorted itself out. This is not good for our strategy, to be honest. I think a lot of the one-stoppers have gone in. Past safety car? Good. Oh, it's good seeing that back in this game, that's for sure. A long way behind Delta, but we're being limited by Danny Kvyat at the moment. It does seem weird we saw 0 safety cars for Raikkonen right at the side of the car, not even a virtual one. Wehrlein getting mounted like that, yet carrying on in the race with 0 damage constitutes a full safety car, but we take what we're given in this series. We will do. We took the penalty we got in practice. We'll take a perhaps disadvantageous safety car. I think we have lost out badly because everyone ahead has just made their maybe one and only stop. And we've potentially still got one to do. Well, I reckon that was probably my last chance to pit. It's got to be in this lap. I think I've made the wrong choice in staying out. We will work with what we've got. We'll see what happens after a couple of laps. We're meant to be putting in 3 or 4 laps anyway. Oh no. Oh, I've gone straight to the back of Gutierrez. Oh no. I'm going to have to pit straight away for the soft tyres. And try and go very quickly and make it to the end. This race is not going well, let's be honest. Seems to be right up alongside Gutierrez on his right hand side. Field is now gone. We've got to peel into the pit. So does Fernando Alonso. He maybe got it wrong as well. There's quite a few people coming in. Super softs going on the Williams there. It's got to be expecting 2 more stops then. Of course, we've got to wait for this front wing. We're going to have to pull something magical out of the bag now and get some serious luck. We are to achieve our objectives in this race. It's all my fault, I can't believe. See, that is one of the hazards of commentating live over the recording. Is there will be slight moments. During the racing it's okay because I'm concentrating anyway on what I'm doing. Safety car, I'm thinking about a lot of stuff and knowing that I'm just cruising around behind someone. That was definitely a result there of that. Well, we're going to jump a couple of positions here. over Alonso. Nasser is in front of me, irritatingly. Quite sure how. I suppose it's the time it took to change the front wing which caused that problem. So Nasser is the gap now at 7.7 seconds. We need to bring that down. And we are 3 tenths per second. Not really enough. We've got to keep going. We've got to believe we can do this. At the moment we're in the team's objective, but it's Felipe Nasser we need to charge down. Some more cars pitting now. And they come straight out into the thick of them. But changing will probably be to make another stop. Feeling good at the moment. That might change once these cars get on the offensive behind me. It looks like there's going to be a lot of action up ahead, so I'll stick it with this for now. Problem is, the longer we go, the less effective going on to the super softs is going to be. Yeah, it's going to put us back in 21st. There goes Nico down the outside, squeezing us into the wall. Not much we can do. We could. Just getting a little bit frustrated now, pushing a bit too hard. Right on us now. Luckily it is a McLaren Honda though. Oh, Nasser's round. Our teammate is off. What happened there? Let's get a look then. So we've got Bottas coming out the pits. Oh, he's just gone straight into the side of him and round. Wow. Look at that from the outside view. Round he goes. Guess that's kind of 50-50. Bottas obviously wanted to hold the position. But Nasser wanted to get around him. So with a stroke of luck, we are ahead of our teammate and above 19th place. The gods of Formula 1 giveth, they also taketh away. So, safety car was bad news for us. But we have been given a gift from the gods in terms of that collision for our teammate. So we are now meeting objectives. I am very aware that there are 2 cars directly behind me that if they both get past, that's objective over. Nasser's just hit us. Nasser? Carlos Sainz, what? I'm speechless. We're out of the race. What is he doing? We're going to have to take a look at this. So I was very slow on the exit, I think, because I took a bit too much curb on the entry. And he's just going to rear end us. He's just literally taken us off the track. Let's So I think I did move across slightly, but he tried to move twice basically. Let's go on board with him. Let's see it in full speed from his perspective. Let's try to go down the outside. Ugh. It was all so quick. I think I'm on the inside, so he's thinking going outside. I then moved back to cover my line because I thought he was alongside me. At which point he was already pointing to go left. As soon as I move, he moves back, and then obviously tries to go wider and just completely misjudges it, and that's a massive accident. I don't know what to say. We are out of the Australian Grand Prix. It was a race that was going against us for a lot of it anyway, but we suddenly lucked into the positions we needed to be, and Carlos Sainz has just taken us out quite clearly there. He doesn't have a grid penalty for the next race. I'm going straight to the stewards because that was some really reckless driving there that's taken us both out of the race.
The better your race tends to go, and that's exactly what happened. Their car just looks so comfortable out.
Wow.
Well, I'm thoroughly exhausted after the excitement of that race.
So it's Hamilton from Verstappen from Vettel as the top three. Pretty routine start, apart from the fact that Max Verstappen's right up there, that's for sure. I'm still a little bit shell-shocked, to be honest. It's bound to happen at some point in this career, but first race, really? And really, I can't see how that was my fault.
Now then, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
Well, it's got to be Felipe Massa, hasn't it? He fought so hard and had
really?
Pace at times. I don't think anyone did a better job today.
Onto the construction.
Really, Anthony?
Mercedes moved to the top of the table.
Wow.
Well, what a weekend
Okay.
that has been. Please join
It's
us
apparently my
next time
teammate that came
for another
18th
thrilling installment of this
and
Formula
finished
One
behind a
season.
Manor. Did a better job today. So it's 20th on classification. Couldn't even get 19th by DNF. Mazda beats us. He really didn't deserve to today, though. There were a lot of issues there that really didn't help us out. The safety car was one, obviously. It caught us at the wrong time completely. Allowed all those one stoppers to get a free stop in. And then obviously we just went clearly into the back of someone, which ruined our race anyway. We were recovering, but Carlos Sainz had other ideas today, unfortunately. So if we take a look at the championship, it's Lewis Hamilton for Verstappen, Vettel, Rosberg, Massa, Ricciardo, Button, Kvyat, Gutierrez and Perez. Constructors, Mercedes romping clear of Red Bull, Ferrari, Williams, Honda, Toro Rosso, Haas, Sahara, Force India, and it's ourselves, Manor and Renault yet to score. Still going to gain a nice little chunk of resource points there, which will help us out, I'm sure, at some point. We got a nice bonus for finish compared to qualifying because we were knocked out ahead of two people, so we technically finished 20th and therefore went forward 2 places. But there you go, that's the way the system works. In terms of the rivalry then, it means Felipe Nasr is going to move a long way clear of us to get a fastest sector free, which is a small bonus really. But overall it's going to leave us with a lot of work to do going into Bahrain, and I think that's going to drop us back. It is. Drops us back more than we'd gained through qualifying. I'm having a guess that red zone's going to be a firing. Right, so that is going to be it for episode 1 of Career Mode 2016 as Sauber. Wow, so many highs and lows during that weekend in Australia. Qualifying very, very happy with. Out-qualified our teammate. Unfortunately, that penalty we'd gained meant we had to start right at the back of the grid, but we made a great start to the race and gained a whole bunch of positions. And then the safety car really stops us in our tracks, unfortunately. It meant that all the one-stoppers got a free stop. And then we made that fatal mistake, which put us to the back of the field after the restart. And then Carlos Sainz decided he was done with his day and wanted to take someone with him. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I shall be back in a couple of days with Bahrain, where hopefully we can get back on the right track and get this Sauber back into the points, which is really going to be my goal for this first season. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, smash that like button, that would be cool. If you want to leave me a comment on anything about the race or the career in general, then leave that also down below. If you want to know when the next in the series is out, you can always hit that subscribe button. I do also have a co-op career with Rage, currently up on the channel. That'll be going up a little bit slower, but it's definitely a very interesting first race if you want to check that out. But apart from that, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Oh, someone full started. It's like, where's he going? Oh. Oh my god, this is carnage. This is beautiful. Malaysia looks great.
Oh, looks great.
Illegal overtake again though. This is going to really start pissing me off. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a tiny little indie game I'm sure you would have never heard of. Because if you had, I'm sure there would have been some hype for this game. Haha. Yeah, it's No Man's Sky. Of course it is.